Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to the channel. You know it's your boy Anime King, and today I'm gonna be giving you part 26 of What If Naruto was Madara grandson. The like goal for this one is going to be 500. So guys, get this one to 500 and you'll be seeing part 26 as soon as possible. Comment down below and tell me what you think of this episode. And remember guys, to share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. The last time we left off, Kabuto explained to Sasuke that the curse mark and everything, and Naruto in his Ryu form was about to face off against Kisame and Itachi, guys. And yeah, I'm just gonna call him Ryu when he's in his Ryu form. I'm not gonna be calling him Naruto. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Ryu when he's in his Ryu form. So guys, you can switch across and watch the other parts in the playlist. So Naruto is face to face with Kisame right now, as Naruto's last attack blew away Kisame's sword and tear all of the bandage off of it. Kisame charged towards Naruto. Yes, he charged towards the fake Naruto to grab him. Remember guys, the Naruto called a white Zetsu and put some of his chakra inside of him. So if he got attacked or anything, he wouldn't dispel like a clone. Because Naruto do not want anyone to know that he's Ryu. So he make a fake copy of himself. Kisame charged towards a fake copy to grab him and run after seeing the attack that Ryu used against him to make his sword fly away. Itachi told him to grab Naruto and come. So the moment Kisame reached 3 feet near to Naruto, he was sent flying by a high pressure wind attack and he was sent crashing into a tree in the forest. Kakashi and the rest of the Jonin stood there in shock as they saw the awesome power of Ryu. I already told you, you're not going to take Naruto, Ryu said, as Kisame took his time and brushed himself off and rised up from the ground. We'll have to just see about that, Kisame said as he waved some hand signs. Water style, lake of death, Kisame said as he started to spit water out of his mouth, and a lot, to create like a small lake around all of them. The Jonins and Naruto, the fake Naruto and Ryu, they all put chakra on the bottom of their feet to stand up on the water. Kakashi saw that everyone was focused on the attack, so he quickly rushed over and grabbed the fake Naruto, knowing that Kisame and Itachi was after him, but for some reason Ryu was trying to protect him and not take him for himself. So Kakashi just decided to grab the fake Naruto. After grabbing Naruto, he went back over to the Jonins. Naruto was wounded by Itachi attack, so he tell Kurenai Sensei to bring Naruto to a safe place. Kurenai Sensei quickly listened to Kakashi and she headed off with the fake Naruto. Kisame and Itachi wasn't focusing on that because Kisame just did his water attack and now the whole place is covered in water. Whole area where there is, because Kisame and Itachi jumped through the hospital when Naruto did his attack. So they're not in the hospital anymore, they're kind of in the forest. Ryu was standing on top of the water looking around. Kisame was gone but Itachi was still standing there. Ryu then looked down and saw Kisame heading straight to him as Kisame burst out of the water and slammed his sword right into Ryu's face. Ryu was sent flying. Kisame quickly go in the water again and travel at a high speed and reach before Ryu impact with the wall. As he reached over there, he slammed his sword into Ryu's face again, sending him flying. Ryu was sent, slammed into the wall, and then he dropped into the water, sinking under the bottom. And then Kisame waved some hand signs again and said, multiple water dragon bomb jutsu, and then he sent some water dragons straight to Ryu, and on impact all of them exploded. There was a huge explosion blowing most of the Jonins back as Kakashi tried to stand his guard as the explosion was huge. Kisame looked over at the direction and said, is this the famous Ryu? No much more than a weakling. Itachi started to scan with his Sharingan and noticed that something was wrong. He then shouted, Kisame! But before Kisame could react, someone was standing behind Kisame. Kisame then heard a voice. You really think that it would be that easy to take me down, do you? Kisame then started to cough up blood as he dropped to his knees, still floating on top of the water. When he looked down, he saw there was a blade of lightning piercing right to his stomach, a blade of pure black lightning. Ryu then pulled back his hand, allowing Kisame to drop on the water face first, and then as Ryu started to walk over to Itachi, the Ryu that was blasted by all of that attack just melt away in the water. The real Ryu didn't get any hits at all, that was all a clone. So Itachi, are you going to flee? Or are you going to stand here and die like your friend over there? Said Ryu. Itachi then stood up on his 2 feet and activated his Mangekyou Sharingan, knowing that Ryu is no thing to play around with. But Kisame's sword was wrapped around Ryu's feet. As Ryu noticed that, he looks down at his feet and saw Kisame's sword and said, wind bullets. As he fired wind bullets out of his mouth, blasting the sword away, the sword was sent flying over to Kisame, who grabbed it and his wound started to heal. As he was absorbing Ryu's chakra to heal himself, the sword had sucked some of Ryu's chakra. Ryu turned around and said, so, you're up again, aren't you? Kisame knew that Ryu is nothing to play around with, so Kisame started to wave some hand signs again as he said, Water Ball Dome. Kakashi and the rest of the Genins and the Jonins saw what was about to happen, and Kakashi told everyone to get back as they all jumped back. As Kisame released a water dome that covered a huge part of the area, but none of them was captured. Itachi was already back, so he didn't get captured. Ryu was captured right in the dead center of it though. Kisame then started to transform. He started to morph, his body started to change as he turned into a shark person. Half shark, half human. He started to rush at Ryu with insane speed, but Ryu dodged him, and he rushed back at Ryu again, and Ryu dodged him again. Impossible, Kisame said. How are you able to dodge me so easily? Outside of the dome, people in the village are starting to see the huge water bubble, and they are worrying what the hell is that. The council are speaking to Danzo and ask him what is he going to do. He wants the throne to become Hokage, so what will he do in this crisis? As Kurenai Sensei burst into the room and told them what was going on after she dropped Naruto off to a safe place, Danzo overheard the news from Kurenai Sensei and said, okay, Ryu is trying to protect Naruto, so we should just leave it all up to chance and Ryu will be the one to take care of Danzo. Kisame was charging at Ryu again, but Ryu kept on dodging his attack one by one. His speed in this element he don't understand because this is his element, but Ryu is still dodging his attack. As Kakashi activated his Sharingan and looked on Ryu, he's trying to get a closer look to see whose face behind that mask, but only thing he can see is a Mangekyou Sharingan activated. Ryu then said, I've had enough of this. Seal repellent. As a glow of blue chakra started to surround Ryu's body, and none of the water was touching him right now. The water was around him, not touching him. Kisame straight up attacked him again, but he was slammed right into Ryu as the blue chakra protected Ryu. Then Ryu looked over at Kisame and said, "This is the end for you." As Ryu looked up in the air, the clouds started to get darker and darker, and the atmosphere started to change as lightning started to flash and the place started to get darker. The place was evening, but Ryu Jutsu was changing the atmosphere. Kakashi and the rest of the Jonins they looked over and said, "What kind of power is this? How powerful is this person?" Even Kisame was shocked that Ryu was changing the atmosphere. Lightning started to shock all around, and it was coming down in a heavy dose and destroying the ground. Ryu then said, "Black Dragon of Death," and all around the water dome, lightning was forming in the face of dragons. There was about 10 black dragons around the dome. Their body was sparking in lightning. Ryu then held out his hand, held out his 5 finger, and when he closed it like a fist, all of the dragons rushed into the water dome, creating an electricity, and the dome exploded from all of that attack. The effects of that attack was so devastating. The whole forest was teared out. Everything was teared out to pieces. Kakashi and rest of them, Asuma and Guy, they were blown back. Even Itachi was sent flying. The effects of that attack was devastating. Kakashi managed to get his grip on everything, and lots of them managed to get their grips. Even Itachi stand his ground as the attack was cooling down. As Sasuke suddenly awoken, he wasn't in the hospital anymore. He was lying down on the ground, and his whole body feel like it was in pain. He looks around and said, Where is Itachi?" as he struggled to get up, as Sakura was right in front of him, but because of all his struggle and everything, he didn't really see her. She was healing him wounds and everything. Sakura told him to easy. He's very wounded and he cannot get up right now. He pushed her off and he struggled to get up to his feet, and he ran off and she ran off behind him. Back at the battlefield, when all of the smoke cleared, Ryu was standing there completely unharmed. Not even a scratch on his body because of the blue dome of chakra. He created a seal around himself that was almost impenetrable. Kisame, on the other hand, was on the ground, half dead. As Ryu walked over to him, he was coughing up blood and trying to drag himself away from Ryu. No, he said, "Get away from me." When the smoke and everything finally cleared, everyone saw Ryu standing above Kisame. As Itachi looked over to see Ryu standing right above Kisame, Ryu then held up his hand and said, "Piercing wind sword," as Ryu placed his hand right at Kisame's head, and a sharp wind came off Ryu's hand, completely decapitating Kisame, ending his life on the spot. Ryu killed Kisame, guys. As he turned around and looked over to see Itachi and said, "So Itachi, I have a bone to pick with you, because you are the reason why there is so little bit of Uchihas. I know everything. I know why you did it. You stopped all of this because you wanted peace. You really did that because you wanted peace? To stop the genocide against a Leaf Village? So you massacred all of you massacred your own family and your friends because of the sake of the Leaf Village? Your own village you massacred. How did you know that if the Uchiha clan faced off against the Leaf Village that we will lose? How do you know that we wouldn't triumph and win the battle? But instead, you decide to do this all in the name of peace, to stop all the wars and everything. Itachi was surprised knowing that Ryu knew all about this. Itachi was speechless. He didn't say anything to Ryu. Ryu then looked over him and said, "You have nothing to say, don't you?" It doesn't matter to me, Ryu said. I will end you right here. As Ryu rushed over to kill Itachi, Itachi then opened his eyes and said, Amaterasu, as black fire started to engulf Ryu's body. But Ryu stand there, not saying a word, or not even seem harmed by this attack. And then Ryu just walked out of it. He faded through the attack with his ability of his Sharingan. He has the same ability like Obito, so he just simply faded through the attack. Impossible, Itachi said. How is that? But before he could finish that sentence, Ryu was now behind him. What? It's two of them? Itachi said as he looked around as Ryu punched him right in the face, sent him away back, and then the one behind him kneed him in the stomach as Itachi dropped to his knees. He then pulled out 3 kunai and flung it straight to Ryu. They impaled Ryu, and then he disappeared in a swarm of black butterflies. The one behind Itachi said, no, wrong one, as he grabbed Itachi by the Akatsuki robe and started spinning him around in a fury, and then he let him go. And then he said, Katum, fire style, fireball jutsu, and he fired miniature fireball at Itachi. Itachi then did the same, fire style, phoenix ball jutsu, and he fired miniature fireball, and each of their attacks cancel out each other. Impressive, Ryu said. It seems your speed is up to notch. I guess I have to relieve some of these seals to defeat you, Itachi. I always knew that you were powerful. Ryu then placed his hands on his chest and said, seal release. None of them couldn't see it, but under Ryu's clothes was a lot of seal that was holding his speed. They were like Lee's weight, but they were more better. These seals let Ryu hold back his strength and hold back his speed. So after revealing this, as Itachi blinked, Ryu was gone. Then he heard a voice behind him, too slow, as Itachi tried to turn around as quick as he can, but he was sent flying by a kick to the face. He quickly got up and threw 3 more shurikens, as Ryu waved some hand signs again and said, red fire, scorching flames, and he disintegrated the 3 shurikens that was coming his way. Itachi was surprised to see that red fire and said, so this is the power of the legendary Madara Uchiha grandson. As Itachi landed, straight up attack him, and him and Ryu went all out in a taijutsu battle. Now, skipping to Sasuke, Sasuke was on his way running over there. As Sakura was following behind him, he wasn't moving fast because he was wounded same way. As he was trying to get over there, as he was thinking in his head, no, I won't let you get away, Itachi. I won't let you get away. I will end you right here, right now. As he kept on running, skipping to Kakashi and the rest of the Jonins. Kakashi and the rest of them was in pure shock as they couldn't believe the amount of power that guy Ryu and Itachi possessed. None of them could ever try to go into this battle because they would be killed instantly. Their skills wasn't on these guys' level. As Itachi and Ryu finished their taijutsu battle, Itachi Akatsuki robe was tear. It was torn and his eyes were bleeding because he was trying to use his Amaterasu inside of the taijutsu's battle, but Ryu kept phasing through all of them, all of his attack, and Ryu had some damage on him too because sometimes Itachi ended up landing blow on him by punches but not serious attack, so the both of them were about 10 feet away from each other. Itachi knew that there is no way for him to escape right now, so he looks around as he saw Sasuke heading over to him, and he said, "Goodbye, Sasuke," as he gave him a smile. As Sasuke was running over, he could see Itachi's lips. He could read what Itachi was saying. But before Sasuke could even run over to the fight, he was grabbed by Kakashi. Kakashi grabbed Sasuke and was holding him, even though Sasuke was twisting and turning and telling him, let me go, let me the hell go, let me go, I must finish him, I don't know why he's telling me sorry, let me go. He was moving around inside of Kakashi's arm, but Kakashi kept a tight hold on him so he couldn't move. Itachi then turned back around to face Ryu, as then he activated his Susanoo as the blast of red chakra started to surround him and created a giant monster. Everyone was in shock. What is this? Even Sasuke was in shock and said, what kind of power is this? As Itachi was now floating inside of his Susanoo, and then he went back down to his feet and started to walk closer to Ryu. He then lifted up his sword in his Susanoo and came down right on the exact spot where Ryu was. But guys, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Get this one to 500 likes to get the other part. But I'm out for now, guys. Peace.